Do you know when the king approaches, the girls disappear? Let me take you back to the time when this was reality.
Thank you for tuning in to Tales by Ijesha. I'm glad you are here. Today, I'll be sharing another beautiful story about courage,
Love, and the king's power in ancient Yoruba lands. Let's get started. In the days of old, a king's gaze was not a small matter. If Kabiyesi decided to gbès, to step in and claim what pleased him, the matter was sealed like a calabash with no crack. There was no court to appeal to, no family council to plead your case. The king's word was iron, and his will was the wind that could bend the tallest of trees. When the royal drums sounded in the distance, gun, 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 it was both the heartbeat of the kingdom and the warning of fate. Pride swelled in the chests of the men, for it meant the king was near. But for certain women, especially the young and beautiful, those same drums made the blood run cold. On quiet afternoons, young women would gather under the shade of the ariri tree, weaving hair, shelling groundnuts, telling moonlight tales, and teasing one another. Sometimes they would break into song, their laughter carrying through the village. But then, a whisper would snake through the air. Kabiyesi nbo, the king is coming. The laughter would die instantly. No one waited to see if it was true. They grabbed their wrappers and ran into houses, behind market stalls, even hiding inside large mortar bowls. Anywhere they could escape the king's gaze. Some dived into yam barns and covered themselves with dried leaves. Others crouched behind the thick walls of clay huts, peeping only when the sound of the drums faded away. Mothers snatched up their daughters by the arm, tugging them indoors as if a sudden storm had arrived. Why such fear? Because gbès, not just a gesture. It was a final act. If the king's eyes rested you, resisting meant not only defying him, it meant risking your family's peace, your father's title, even your village's standing. Some girls were taken into the palace and never returned to their old lives. Elders would shake their heads and say, the king's matter has no trial. And so the young women learned, when the king comes, you vanish like smoke before the wind. And that is where our story begins. With a girl named Aduke, daughter of Olatunji, the palm wine tapper was known for two things, her beauty and her stubbornness. She was betrothed to Olalekan, a young hunter with a kind heart. Everyone in the village knew they were inseparable. One bright market day, Aduke was arranging calabashes of frothy palm wine, humming a tune, when the royal drums rolled in from the distance. Bidu, bidu, bidu. The market froze. Women abandoned their goods. Children clung to their mothers. Merchants ducked behind baskets. But Aduke, focused on topping off a customer's calabash, did not move. The royal procession appeared, horsetails swaying, guards in red and white, messengers clearing the road. And at the center, Alaafin Adegboye himself, seated high, his coral beads catching the sun. His eyes swept the market and stopped on her. Who is that maiden who does not bow? He asked. And Ilari replied, trembling. Kabiyesi, she is Aduke, daughter of Olatunji the tapper. The king's smile was slow, deliberate. Send word to her father. Before the next moon, she will join my wives. That evening, Olatunji spoke to his daughter, hands shaking. My child, when Kabiyesi, there is no escape. Even the strongest tree bends to the storm. But Aduke lifted her chin. Baba, Am I a goat to be led by a rope? I will not go. Olalekan, hearing of the king's claim, went straight to Olatunji's house. Together, they made a decision. They could not wait for the king to act. They had to hide and protect Aduke until the king's attention moved elsewhere. With the help of trusted neighbors, they secretly moved Aduke through hidden paths behind the market, along the river, and across the palm groves. At night, she and Olalekan traveled quietly, slipping past patrols and avoiding well-known routes the king's messengers would patrol. Along the way, they encountered small challenges: a bridge washed out by early rain, a suspicious hunter on the path, and curious villagers who asked too many questions. Each time, Aduke's quick thinking and calm demeanor helped them pass safely. They rested in a forest clearing one night, listening to the distant royal drums. Aduke whispered to Olalekan, "The drums are both our danger and our guide. We must move with the shadows, not the sun." By morning, they reached a nearby village where friends and kin provided shelter. Aduke was safe. Back in Yo, the Alafin learned that Aduke had vanished. Palace guards searched for days, but her clever escape ensured that no trace could be found. Some whispered that her courage and wit had outmatched the king himself. Aduke never entered the palace. She remained free, safe with her father and Olalekan. Her courage and intelligence had outwitted one of the most powerful men in the kingdom. To this day, elders in Yo tell their daughters, when Kabiyesi gbès, only courage and wisdom can stand. Even the king's gaze cannot bind a brave and clever heart. And so, the story of Aduke lives on, not just as an old tale from Yo, but a tale of love, bravery, and the clever heart that refused to bow. It reminds us all that power may demand, but wisdom decides. Courage may tremble, but it will not bow. And even in today's world, a brave heart still writes its own destiny. Thank you for staying till the end. Remember, just like Aduke, wisdom and courage can guide you too. See you next time on Tales by Ijesha.